It's almost 24 hours since India suffered yet another demolition in the ICC T20 World Cup 2021. This time around, it wasn't the Green Army, in fact, it was the Black Caps. A lot is being said about India's inability to actually put on a display that is worth of a team being in top 8 in world rankings. But let's face the fact, as much as India's inability to produce a performance that is worth taking note of as such, we should not ignore the fact that they were up against a team that is known to produce the goods when it matters the most. That's the World Championships. And in the last 5 years, as many of you would remember, New Zealand have actually emerged as India's nemesis when it comes to world tournaments. We can, if at all you don't want to go back to what happened in 2015 World Cup, we can start off with 2016 World T20 in India. It was quite a similar story. Yes, it was almost a rank turner in Nagpur back then, and the same two spinners who came good against India this time around literally floored India's batting. Mitchell Santner and Ish Sodhi combined picked 7 wickets, and India were bowled out for 79 in 2016. Yes, they did reach a three-digit score this time around, but obviously it was never going to be enough with the kind of performance India put up with the bat. Add to that, New Zealand in so many ways is such a unique team in the on the cricketing map, right? Especially when it comes to facing India. We are used to actually sometimes over glorifying India's rivalry conventionally with Pakistan, and in the 21st century with Australia. But here it is, you have some sort of an India New Zealand rivalry emerging, which is exactly in contrast, as in, with two contrasting teams taking on each other. You have a captain who's always in your face for India. You have a captain of New Zealand who is one of the most likable faces wherever he goes. Doesn't matter whether you follow cricket or not. You see a guy like Kane Williamson, and you might just like something about him. Be those who actually know cricket would fall in love with him. Two contrasting teams, but New Zealand have always been India's bogey team as such when it comes to world teams. We spoke about 2016, then we saw what happened in the 2019 World Cup semi-final in England. Then 2021 inaugural World Test Championship final, and now what happened in Dubai. It just speaks that yes, the rivalry is being built up. In between, India actually were decimated in the Test series in New Zealand, and then surprisingly won the T20 series 5-0. That 5-0 doesn't matter at this point in time, but yes, if the rivalry has to be considered, India did have something to actually cherish when it comes to the shortest format in international cricket. And don't forget, this rivalry is not yet over, because 72 hours after the T20 World Cup final, these two teams will be stacked up against each other in a T20I series in India, followed by a two-test series that is to be a part of the next World Test Championship cycle. After being undone repeatedly in the World Cups, it will be interesting to see how India bounce back in the T20Is back home. So mind you, in less than a fortnight from now, we'll again be looking forward to the next chapter of a rivalry that is actually not as big as it should be touted as. But when it comes to these two teams, especially India's teams, they will be looking forward to actually square the poor record in World Championships by actually getting a one hand up when it comes to a bilateral series. So until then, keep mourning India's loss, keep appreciating what New Zealand have done, doing the simple things precisely, and look forward to the rest of the T20 World Cup. India has at least or only 3 more matches remaining. Until then, keep following Sportstar. Thank you.